double check that this is recording. Yep. Just the mic. And... no, this is... Part 4, Muffin Head. We back for part 4! Not we back, we're. Not we, not where. We're back to do this again. Why is that like that? Okay, we're dwindling low on supplies. We need to actually get somewhat mining down here. Let me readjust myself. Nothing really exciting happened today either. Found out tomorrow's gonna be interesting. I will try my best to upload, but I cannot make a guarantee because I've got to go to work at 2 in the afternoon, and then I don't get off until 12, and I normally record these at 6. But another problem is I gotta watch my little brother. So I'm gonna be on that for a while once I wake up. So, do I just have enough on me? Are you fucking kidding me? Fucking great. It's exactly what I wanted to do. Okay. Yeah, let's not worry too much about that, and let's just go with the wood stuff. Wood, and we'll do that indicator piece because fudge. There we go. we go. Trying to think of anything I can do to stir up conversation. It's just I've been really less talkative because there hasn't been much going on. Didn't really do anything exciting in computer today because he didn't show up because he had personal stuff or something. Now realizing that I have a homework assignment that I still need to get done. I should be done with this before 12. 12 is the deadline. No, 11. 59. I don't have my watch on me. Where's my phone? Okay, we're good. We got plenty of time. I can get that assignment turned in and get this video uploaded in time. Yeah, so like, yeah, so you have an assignment that I'm giving you today in class, and it's due at 11. 11:59. Mate, it's the weekend. Just give us the whole weekend. Nah. I understand they gotta get their job done, but also, I've got my own jobs that need to get done. I wouldn't consider this a job, but I would consider the actual other job I work. There we go. Oh my god, Cole. Never been so excited to see Cole in my life. Well, probably other times, but this is something I do need. Why is that volume so low? Come on. What's the other thing I could talk about? Your water, interesting. Really nothing. Man, this sucks. The plan is to actually reflect on my day and stuff while I do this, but there's really nothing happening. I mean, some girl when I was walking home pulled on my tail, and that was annoying. I mean, I had to control myself because you're in public, you can't really beat the shit out of someone. I almost did. I was about... Not because she touched my tail, because... Okay, that's really not a viable way to murder someone. Well, not murder, injure someone. But she scared me. So she was behind me, and she pulled my tail. So my immediate reaction is, I did martial arts, I also did Army Cadets. Well, if someone's up behind you, if you notice them and you get in a panic situation, the first thing I'm doing is I'm kicking directly backwards. I'm so glad I didn't do that, otherwise she would be straight in the middle of traffic and get hit by a car. But I'm like, really? What the frig? Are you stupid? I could have killed you. It would be my fault for you being a dumbass. Because we live in stupid Cali. The worst state. Actually, no. Second worst state. First worst would have to be Florida. Second worst state in the U.S. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Anything else? Oh, I'm buying a drone. I'm like, okay, I've already bought a VR headset and everything. What's another thing that's always been cool that I wanted to buy? So I'm gonna buy a drone. The only odd thing is, most people buy a drone because they want to record stuff. I bought one with a camera because I saw that it's cool and it could follow you, which would be for recording stuff. One issue is, I'm not showing my face to anyone, so I really don't know what I'm gonna do. My idea is like go hiking or something. I have really good cinematography. Or if I happen to have a mask on me, and, well, not like a regular mask, not like what Rambo does with a regular mask and sunglasses. I mean like a fox head, which I have. If I'm wearing that, then I might record some footage. It's not the exact fox like I have in my profile picture, because it's the only one I find. It's just an orange one. If I'm wearing something like that, I might post a video or something. What is it? It's wood. Told you I'd get quicker. That's not it. Come on. As soon as I say it, I managed to mess up hitting the hotkey. Multiple times. In a row. Well, look at that. An accident butter press feels something amazing. Okay, that torch. Alright, so there's this friend in my little friend group. He's this guy. I'm not gonna say his name because, no. But, nothing against other people. He's got this really thick southern accent, but he lives in California, which is odd. But the odder thing is, he always likes to just start arguments with me for no reason. I don't know why we keep him around. I really fucking hate the guy. Because he's just always trying to start shit. It's like, oh, you don't like PlayStation, then you're wrong. And I'm like, I don't like PlayStation because of the reasons I've already stated. Like, I grew up with an Xbox, so that's why I like Xbox. And he's just like, you're trash. And I'm like, okay, that's your opinion, but let me keep my opinion. Nah, you're garbage. I'm like, what the fuck? So he's always trying to start stuff. And then, what was it? Started getting an argument that I could not survive in the middle of, like, Alaska for a day or two. Okay, surviving in Alaska for a very long period of time, very impractical. survive in a day or two, I can do that. Now, given I grew up in a desert, so I wouldn't be able to last too long, but I do know a lot of survival skills. Because I've got odd hobbies, like, I'll get into my odd hobbies after I tell you about this. But there's a skeleton under there. I'm not having this happen. Okay. So he's like, yeah, you wouldn't be able to live whatsoever, you would die. And I'm like, mate, I would be able to live. He's just like, nah, you can't. I'm like, yes, I can. So it's really annoying. But, thing is, I'm like, dude, I have everything. I have stuff on me to survive a survival situation. I carry around with me every day in my backpack a survival blanket, rated for below 0 temperatures. I also have shoelaces, which can be used as a hacksaw if you know what you're doing. I also have a sweater that I wear. Solar chargers, so if I need power, I can get them solarly, but if it's Alaska, really impractical, but they're charged. I'm like, you literally gave me the best advantage, Alaska. Yes, the cold's bad, but the good thing, snow, pure water. A very important thing in a survival situation. If you don't have pure drinking water, you're gonna die very fast. But in Alaska, you have pure drinking water, you're good. So he was doing all this, and I'm like, and then I stopped for a second, I just look and I'm like, we're all here like, you can't survive a survival situation. I'm like, you couldn't even last a minute. With your ass? He's like, oh, I know how to hunt. And I'm like, yeah, with a gun. Do you know how to hunt with just something you make? Or to catch fish with your bare hands? There's more than, oh, I know how to hunt. Yes, do you know how to hunt? Do you know how to make stuff efficiently? It's not wasting energy. So I'll get into some hobbies, because it actually makes sense to this conversation after I talk about them. So I got some really odd hobbies. Like, I like to learn really odd stuff that would not benefit you whatsoever. But it's just cool to have the knowledge. Like, one of my very keen interests, which, if I probably didn't have to go to school, I could get a job in right now. It's nuclear physicist. Given that I don't know absolutely everything, but most people who go into a career don't know every single little detail, they learn it. But I always love to talk about, like, the fascination of an atomic weapon. Just the pure engineering. Like, uranium-32 is for, I believe it's 32, it's been a while. Uranium-32 is uranium for civilian use, like, if you're building a nuclear reactor, like your company, you would use that. And uranium, what is it? 48 or, I think it's uranium-48. Uranium-48, 43 or something like that, it's been a while, is weapons-grade uranium. It's what you use to build nuclear weapons of mass destruction. But I always have these weird fascinations, because I can tell you, like, the mechanisms used in an atomic bomb. The Fat Man used, explosion system was a bit I used on way too many times in that sentence. But what was I saying? Alright, so the Fat Man's nuclear mechanism uses, it's a plutonium core, or uranium core, plutonium. Mainly, most of the time for the Fat Man's explosion thing, it was plutonium. So it's plutonium around like this in a ball. Then literally covered that ball with tons of plastic, conventional liquid explosive. Well, it's like a polymer explosive, whatever, but just conventional explosives packed in. So when it hits a certain altitude, the black explosive detonate, therefore sending off electrons, which then hit the uranium and start the nuclear chain reaction. My favorite one is the little boy, which is different. Its one's actually a very easy one. It actually is more well used because it's cooler. So it's like this torch. Perfect example. So now let's get rid of the shovel. So this torch is got, so basically this is a tube. So inside the bomb there's a tube. There's uranium on one side, plutonium on the other side, uranium, uranium, plutonium, 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 uranium. Either or. But there's that, and then one side of the tube has the uranium fixed in place where it can't move. The other side, it's more movable. Like, it's not really can slide back and forth down the tube. It's able to actually fit through the tube. But it's packed in with explosives. So when they detonate, it's called the gun mechanism. So plastic explosive detonates on one side, propelling the uranium or plutonium straight down the tube, smashing into the other uranium, therefore creating an instantaneous burst of electrons, therefore setting off a huge explosion. So it's more used because it has very good results. But yeah, I love knowing that. And to go back to the other story, he's like, yeah, not a hunt. And I'm like, you not on. Okay, good for you, redneck. Well, I didn't really say redneck because that's racist, but I'm like, good for you. Fudge, why am I losing my track? Because I'm trying to pick up wood. So why, good for you. You not a hunt? Fantastic. Here's the Nobel Prize. You would be out there hunting, living off the bare necessities. By day 3, I would have a nuclear program. I mean, that's just how I roll. I would have weapons-grade uranium being manufactured on a mass scale because the government wouldn't be able to find me. Because if I could legally, I would love to build an atomic weapon. But it's illegal, and also plutonium's really expensive as hell, so there's really no practical way. And what would I use it? I would just pretty much build it to just say, I built a nuclear bomb. Most people can't say that. Just, oh, what'd you do over the weekend? Ah, yes, I built a plutonium bomb with enough potential to wipe out a city. Okay. Takes the term quiet kid to the whole new level. Boom. Okay, I'm trying to think of any other conversation I can talk about. I have a friend, I've had this friend for a very long time. Actually, you might see him on some of the videos that I've posted before this. His name's DJ. I think we have a Borderlands video together. And maybe a couple other ones. I think Destiny or something. But he's one of my really good friends, but I haven't got to talk to him. Because we both go to the same school. But he goes to C-Tech in the afternoon, I go in the morning. My bus gets back when he leaves, so I don't even see him at lunch. So I'm thinking the last time I talked to this guy is like a month ago. I need to talk to him. We're both just busy, doing our own things. So it kind of sucks, because we used to play together every day after school. After school, hop on. It was the best thing ever. We were... That's fun. We had so much fun playing, like, Battlefield and stuff. That was our bread and butter. Battlefield 3 and 4. We played that stuff so often back in the day, back on 360. Some kids nowadays don't even know what a 360 is, and that's so weird. But, yeah, so that's always quite interesting. Let's make some of these. But I wish I had, like, a capture card or something back then so I could actually record the silly footage of us just screwing around, having fun. Like, my favorite thing to do is we strap a bunch of C4 18 mines to the front of the car, crash in. Or just get, like, an IED drone. Or what is they call it, like, EDD. It's an IED drone. It's like this little, remote control robot with treads. And it's got a mechanical arm, which would normally have, like, a thing to defuse a bomb. In real life, there's actually one that defuses the bomb, and there's a room clearing one, which actually has a gun mount to the top. Besides, it was quite interesting. I craft this real quick, because I can't seem to hold a conversation and craft something at the same fucking time. Because I'm a bloody ape. What was I gonna say? Man, this is what I hate. No one can keep me on track when I'm doing this shit. So I could just lose whole entire conversations just for the pure fact of, oh, I don't remember what I was talking about. Yeah, but I love to... Okay, I found myself again. I love to just mess around on Battlefield, and we'd play Borderlands together, and that was so much fun, but just haven't got to play at all. I think since school started, we played once. It's so sad. Because we're like best friends. It's always sad to see friend groups just... Either people move on, or... Just in general, there's... Just don't see each other as often. Because I've had other friends that I just... We love the time we play together, and now we just don't, because we're all busy doing our own things. Like, one of my old friends, we knew each other in elementary school, middle school. Then, in high school, we went to different high schools, because he lived close to a different one. Give me a sec. My eyebrows itchy as hell. It's probably the sweat. Next am I looking for? There it is. But he used to be on 360. On 360, he used to go by Dainty Bunny. Then I think he changed his name to like Woofle. Well, he did change his name to Woofle. I know he changed his name to Woofle. I don't remember the numbers, but we used to play so much. It was so much fun. But we just grown apart over the years. We're still friends, but not best friends too much anymore because we just don't play anything. You see what I did? But something I found out recently. So I'm taking IT course. Well, I finished my IT course, then went to networking, but our school merged networking and computer repair to the same class, so I've already passed the class. So I'm just waiting for internships, pretty much. Because they said, yeah, we'll just give you internships instead of switching you classes. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But I've only been internship for I only internshipped a week, and then in that week I only did like 3 days, and then I haven't done anything since, so it sucks. But I found out about something that I've heard of, but I never really understood it, which was cosmic radiation or cosmic rays. Reading about it's fascinating. So cosmic rays are like radioactive particles that occur in outer space naturally. And the crazy thing is they're hitting everywhere around you. Every single person's hit by tons of these little rays. But the thing I found was very interesting is how dangerous they really are. Not to us. Well, probably after a long amount of time of exposure to the radiation, yes. But to computers. Computers... there's some computers that are hardened against stuff like it, but they can't prevent it entirely. But some of the crazy stuff is the things it does to computers. Like, it doesn't destroy them, but computers use binary, and it can switch, because binary is basically something's either a 1 or it's a 0. So that's how it goes. It's a light on, light off. Same thing. But a little more complex than that nowadays. But it used to be just 1 or 0. But the thing is, sometimes stuff like that will happen. Like apparently there's this Mario speedrun where this guy was speedrunning it, and then instantly jumped to the top of a level. And there was like a bounty set out by this guy. $1,000. Whoever can find out how this glitch happens, so speedrunners could use it. Because that is a very good thing. Knowing how to recreate that, cash money, cash money, cash money. But no one could figure out until someone started messing around with the game code and found if you change one of the zeros in the code at that exact moment where you're down below and you jump a platform and you hit 0, it changes Mario's jump height and launches him all the way to the top. Which means, by chance, a cosmic ray hit his computer, went through it, hit the CPU, switched a 1 to a 0. Well, not the CPU. Hit the random access memory. Or, I may... Nah. CPU, because it's the processing information, all the files, yeah. CPU changed a 1 to a 0 and kicked him up to the top of the game. So that's a once in a lifetime. Because legally in speedrunning, you can't make that effect happen. It's just by chance. Because it's editing of the game code. But if it happened to a cosmic ray, that's not your fault. You didn't do it. So that's so interesting that happens. Because someone made a program that changed that 1 to a 0 at that exact moment, and it does. It works perfectly. So that's so interesting. But, like, the interesting stuff that I didn't know about, like, the Mars rover we landed. The Mars rover we landed is brand new. It's a new rover, but the computer that thing's running is 20 years old. You might say, why are they using a 20-year-old computer? It actually makes sense. It's 20 years old, but the reason they went with it has lower RAM than a lot of modern computers, but it's hardened against 40 times the normal amount of radiation. So, it's very protected against radioactivity, and it's specifically made to try its best to combat cosmic rays. So that's why they did it. But, then stuff like the space shuttle. The space shuttle had 4, so it had computers in it to run everything. It had 4 of them. Each one doing the same exact thing. And then once an electron hit and changed to 1 to a 0, it would use the other ones to recognize, okay, that computer did something wrong, and it would shut the computer down and restart it to fix it. One space flight, one mission, a cosmic ray hit the computers 267 times. 187 times in one flight. Crazy. And the blue screen of death, which I found was even more interesting, could be caused sometimes by cosmic ray changing a 1 to a 0. So that's very cool. Just change the 1 to a 0, completely changes it. But another thing I was reading about is just some old, like, Russian planes that are so oddly built. And old American plane ideas, which were just absurd, like a flying aircraft carrier. Not like a helicarrier, but like a humongous jet mounted F-14s, not F-14s, F-4 Phantoms to the wings, 11 of them. To the wings. 11 on each side. And 2 internally. And completely crew space. But then there's a supporting one, which its job was to carry, literally, I think it was like 100,000 tons worth of equipment. It was ridiculous that people actually thought this was viable. And this was during the Cold War. Like, what the... It shows you how ambitious people are. It's fascinating. Like, I hate the human race myself. I really think they should all burn. But you cannot fault their ingenuity. The human race's ingenuity to build crazy stuff, I find that quite fascinating, being onlookers. Being an onlooker. So it's always quite cool to see just the complete difference of subatomic particles. And how they just reshape everything. And also crazy plane designs. That was my day. And then, with that also, where's some other stuff I found out? I found in space, there's so many of these little subatomic particles that sometimes when you close your eyes, you'll see a flash of light. Because it's either entering the iris or entering the optic nerve. You can actually see flashes of light. And it was this astronaut, I can't remember what his name was. He served on the ISS. And it was quite interesting to see, because I've never been up there. I don't even think they would let foxes up there. It's monkeys mainly, right? Monkeys and dogs. The foxes. All the Vulpians, get rid of them. Right? That's the human race. Destroy my chickens, kill them all. See, what they don't understand, your chickens, the reason we kill them is because you feed them to be good enough for you to eat, so we're like, why can't we have that? You're not letting us work to buy our shit, we gotta fucking fight for it. It's so interesting to see, like, the little flashes, and he's just like... I think it's so interesting that, the first astronauts to go up, they're just like, what are these flashing lights? I better not tell anyone. They'll think I'm insane. And then someone else says, you guys keep seeing those flashing lights? Yeah, we all keep seeing those flashing lights. Isn't that interesting? Oh my god, everyone else sees it as well. This would have made a great treehouse, but I do need the wood. I can always make another tree. It's like my favorite place to hang out in the summers was at the summer camp I worked at, because they would pay me. So I'm like, heck yeah. Plenty of fox work. Sign me the fuck up. What school's the name? But, yeah, it's located in kind of the forest area. I'm not going to say the exact location because that just gives away the camp. It's located near, like, the redwood forest and everything. And, like, 2 years ago, there was this huge fire. Everything's gone. The camp's still fine, but everything's gone. It looks like a wasteland. It's not as bad as I thought when I got there. I thought it was just gonna be, once you're outside the little tree area that was saved, it was just gonna be like no man's land from World War One, just nothing. But no, it's way too dry for it to be no man's land. So it's just like if someone like dropped napalm. Because World War One, everything was scorched, but it's wet. There's like marsh and stuff. But in this, there's just nothing. Not a soul. What the heck? I think that's enough wood. That's enough. Some apples. If we find some gold, that'll be even cooler. You see, I keep forgetting about this. The reason I make up this coal, because I want to smelt multiple at a time. Because these coal things can do like 2 blocks, but I keep forgetting. I need to check that more regularly. Oh wait. Nah, we'll just go. Nope, we ran out of stone bricks, that's why. There. That's the end of sight. We gotta get rid of that. My phone's making noises. And I've got a migraine. What else can I chat about? Nothing really. Just... I'm all the way over here. Holy crap. Never made it to that side of my room. I have to cut this one a bit short because I'm just getting a horrible headache. Which I hope will go away when I sleep. Because I gotta work, but I also gotta make a video. Hopefully. I will try my best to get a video out. If I don't, here's my formal apology for not getting one out. But I have to say, currently, getting that bread is a bit more important. Because if I don't have money, then how am I supposed to get equipment to keep this channel going, currently? I say my favorite part is, most people, like, dream of becoming a YouTuber. I don't really... No offense. If it did happen, I wouldn't be against it, but I really don't plan on doing that. The thing I would love to do is keep it to still a hobby, but still uploading like daily and stuff, but I think it's way funner to actually get a job where you learn stuff. Like, I would, in the day, if I became a YouTuber, I would love that, but I wouldn't stick with it forever. I'd still do the uploads, but I'm always, like, inspired by the American president, Theodore Roosevelt. Well, not Theodore Roosevelt. What? What am I... Okay, I'm assuming that wasn't important. I should check. Was the recording ending? It wasn't. Okay. Not Theodore Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt. Like, I hate the human race, but Teddy? That guy's a legend. The bull moose. I love him because, not only because I'll tell you about a story about him, but the most interesting thing I have to say, besides that one story I'll tell you in a second, is he had so many jobs. So many jobs. He was a cowboy. He was a police officer. He was a poet, a writer, a geologist. He was like everything you could think of. He was the Secretary of the Navy. Then when America went to war, he quit his job, and they asked him, hey, why'd you quit your great-paying job? And he's just like, can't miss an opportunity to serve on the front lines, and then joined the cavalry. This man was insane. Oh, freak. And just how insane this person was, I realized that I'm an idiot and was placing stuff that I didn't need to place. But then, after he served his presidency, this man tried his best to join World War I. But Congress said, no, we refuse. We literally say you cannot go because you were a president. You're not allowed to serve on the front lines of World War II. Eventually died of old age, I think. But he was just insane. But I would love to turn out like that guy. Just an absolute legend. But another really legendary, a really legendary story from him is during one of his speeches. During one of his speeches, he was almost assassinated. He got shot square in the chest. One of the people in the crowd pulled out a revolver out of his coat and shot him. And then everyone started panicking in the crowd. Teddy Roosevelt. Oh, wait. Where the freak am I? Okay, there we go. But everyone was freaking out in the crowd. He's just been shot. Teddy Roosevelt stumbles back. Feels where the bullet hit. Sees a bit of blood. Coughs a bit. Checks his hand. See there wasn't that much blood. And then he tells the crowd, "Don't worry, I'm fine." Because he was also a big game hunter, so he was knew a lot about the human body through hunting and stuff, and knowing what's fatal and what's not. But he's like, someone's back, and he's just like, "Don't worry, I'm fine, everyone." And this man not only continues and gives his whole entire speech before going to the hospital, but the crowd brings the guy, manages to, one of the people in the crowd is his bartender, I think he's a bartender or something, or shop owner, tackles the guy to the ground, gets the gun away from him, and then the whole crowd's demanding blood, blood, blood. And Teddy just looks at him, "No, bring him to me." So I brought him over to Teddy Roosevelt, and Teddy looks him straight in the eyes and says, "You were a terrible shot. You couldn't even kill me. What was that? You suck." Then the police take him off to prison, but he looks at the guy who tried to assassinate him and it's just like, "You suck. You couldn't even do it. You could not kill me." He was so cool. He's like, "You suck so much you couldn't even kill me." Off to prison. 1, 2. This is why we check more often. So I don't build another layer down. Actually, you know what? We're going with that. Mainly because I'm not redoing this. This is going to be the design, alright? We're changing it up on the fly. Fudge. You know how hard it is to use a controller with paws? It sucks. Then again, I don't think people are trying to make it ergonomic for non-people. There. 1, 2, 3. How long have we been going for? Can I end it here? Because my head hurts so fucking much. But I want to make sure you guys are getting... How long? Okay, this is about an hour. Maybe a little bit less. But I gotta go. This hurts. If it doesn't subside by tomorrow, I'll take a bunch of, like, ibuprofen or some shit. Because you deserve the footage. But... get a lot of progress done. Doing a lot of cool stuff. Working on this. What the heck is this? Snake hold, narrator off, show subtitles. Print hold, auto jump off. But it's quite fun. What's even on here? Proceed. Not high pixel. I can't even join it because they disable it if you have mods. Like, it literally says you can't. Even if I don't have mods, like if I'm running Vibecraft like this, which I would love to play high pixel in VR, it's like, nah. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the 4th, I believe, episode. Let me just go through the logo. You guys can see the back of it because I gotta kneel down inside the logo, inside this black void. Hit Alt-Z to end Shadowplay.